Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are all doing well. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jenny Putri Siahaan and you can call me Jenny. Today, I'm gonna talk to you about the importance of sex education. And nowadays, sex education is still considered taboo by many people. It is because many people think that sex education encourages someone to have sex. When discussing sex, it is rarely found in school or even discussion from parents because they think sexual things are considered vulgar. Here, one thing you need to remember is that sex education in children is different from teaching children to have sex. For most people in Indonesia, sex education is a taboo thing and relates to pornography. Whereas in fact, sex education is an important thing for us to learn. This can provide understanding to children and equip them to be more aware and concerned about their sexual health later. But unfortunately, most parents don't have the nerve to talk to their kids about sex education, and most parents feel confused or even don't know how to start teaching sex education to their kids. So, it ends with letting their kids find out for themselves as an adolescent. Sex education is knowledge for children to recognize their bodily functions and understand ethnic and social norms and the consequences of each of their actions. Through sex education, they get clear and correct information regarding issues of human sexuality, which include the process of conception, pregnancy to birth, sexual behavior, sexual relations, and aspects of health, psychology, and society. Increasing sexual abuse of children, teenage pregnancy, and sex-related crimes makes it even more important for us to provide sex education so that we can protect our children from the unwanted trauma and harm that inadequate knowledge about sex can bring. So, what is the importance of sex education? The first one is to find out sexual information for adolescents. Second, to have an awareness of the importance of understanding sexual issues. Third, to having awareness of sexual functions. Fourth, to understand the problems of teenagers' sexuality. Fifth, to understand the factors that cause problems with sexuality. And the last one is to understand the consequences and to respect for yourself. Sex education is important because when children grow up to be teenagers, they do not understand sex education because parents still think that talking about sex is taboo. So, from this lack of understanding, adolescents feel irresponsible about sex or the health of their reproductive anatomy. Discussing sex makes children realize that they should protect and respect themselves. All treatment of their body must be approved by themselves and must not be forced. Sex education makes children learn to choose, behave, and be responsible for their actions. So this is why sex education is very important. And apart from parents, school should be a second place to learn sex education. School should be the good place to give sex education to adolescents. School and the teachers are the second circle after family. The teachers can describe sex for the students in order that the adolescents will avoid sex before marriage. And it is better for teachers to hold events such as seminars with doctor speakers so that adolescents can get sex education in depth and provide the aim of sexual activity correctly. So, because I have explained why sex education is important, then you also have to know what the impact is if we don't study sex education. First, it will form a misconception about sex. Forming misconceptions about sex which can lead to inappropriate behavior. For example, they will think swimming together with the opposite sex or kissing can make you pregnant. Second, they don't know their reproductive organs. For example, girls think that menstrual blood comes out through the same channel as urine and so on. Third, their risk of having free sex. They are at risk having free sex because they don't know how to deal with the sexual urges that come at puberty. Even though with sufficient knowledge, this energy can be channeled in a more positive way, for example, exercising. And the last one is the spread of HIV or AIDS. Free sex leads to the spread of sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV or AIDS. So guys, from this video, I hope you all can realize the importance of sex education. Sex education is very needed for adolescents. Sex education is very important and not destructive. If not taught from an early age, children will look for information about sex on the internet that actually the internet has not been properly filtered about sex. Without sex education, children's curiosity can result in them making unwise decisions when exploring their sexuality. Therefore, what must be done is to break the taboo to learn sex education from an early age. So, that's all from my speech today. Thank you so much for your attention, and I apologize if there are so many mistakes in my English. Goodbye everyone, have a nice day!